We stay dry for tomorrow. Lots of sunshine across the Upper Peninsula and temperatures into the lower 50s. An update on your Halloween forecast is up next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, struggles are mounting as the government shutdown drags into its fourth week. Air traffic controllers are working without pay, and millions could lose food assistance by the weekend. Plus, one local agency says critical services for families in the UP could come to a halt. We'll tell you what's at stake with the future of the program in the balance. And NMU's Turning Point USA chapter welcomes a nationally known speaker to campus. We'll tell you about his visit. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Welcome in. A first look at your forecast. Hope everyone had a lovely day. Things will remain pretty quiet and fairly seasonal for tonight. A bit of a mix in terms of temperatures. We have temperatures near freezing out to Ironwood, but we still have some mid-40s down to Escanaba and Menominee, and some increasing clouds too. And we'll see much of the same for tomorrow. Just a mix, partly cloudy skies, slightly warmer temperatures into the lower 50s. Just overall going to be a really nice fall day. And I'll have an update on your Halloween forecast and how the weekend is looking in just a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. Today marked day 28 of the federal government shutdown. It also marked the first day that air traffic controllers are receiving no paychecks. All of this comes as more than half of U.S. states are filing suit against the Trump administration for its vow to stop SNAP food assistance this weekend unless the government reopens. Torian Small has more.
Air traffic controllers faced a grim new reality on Tuesday. They missed their first full paycheck.
We received a partial paycheck about 2 weeks ago. Today we've received zero. It's just a lot of stress.
Union representatives passed out leaflets outside of LAX on Tuesday, urging an end to the shutdown. This comes as more than 24 states announced plans to sue the Trump administration for cutting off SNAP benefits, formerly known as food stamps, this weekend. The Department of Agriculture said food benefits for 40 million Americans will cease on Saturday if the government doesn't reopen. Democratic lawmakers say the federal government has the money to continue to provide food assistance, but is opting not to.
What President Trump is doing on the hunger issue and on the nutrition issue is immoral. I am the ranking member on the Appropriations Committee, and I promise you that there is funding available to provide SNAP benefits beyond November 1st.
All of this comes as the Senate failed for a 13th time to advance a spending bill to reopen the government as Democrats hold out for extensions to health care subsidies. Republicans maintain they will not discuss health care until after Democrats vote to reopen the government.
I spoke with the president last night. He's happy to sit down with the Democrats next week to talk about Obamacare. But you can't do that when the government is shut down.
Wednesday will mark 4 full weeks of a government shutdown.
Attorney General Dana Nessel has joined with 22 other attorneys general and 3 governors in filing a lawsuit against the USDA for unlawful suspension of the SNAP program. According to a press release from Nessel's office, the U.S. Department of Agriculture sent a letter to SNAP agencies on October 10th claiming if the shutdown continues, there will be an insufficient amount of funds into November to cover the 42 million Americans that rely on these benefits. Those involved in the lawsuit say despite these claims, the agency typically has access to billions of dollars in SNAP funds that can be used at a time like this. Nessel will hold a press conference tomorrow to cover more details about the lawsuit as well as visit with food banks around the state this week. The federal government shutdown continues, and organizations across the Upper Peninsula are starting to feel the effects. Our Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons tells us what the shutdown means for one agency and how it could impact local families.
The Menominee Delta Schoolcraft Community Action Agency's Early Childhood Program provides services to families through Head Start and Early Head Start.
They are school readiness programs to help children and families prepare to enter into the public school.
The agency receives a federal grant annually on the 1st of November to fund those programs. But with the shutdown in effect, the agency can't access that funding.
I think there was only 6 in the whole country that are October 1st grantees, and they lost funding several weeks ago and many of them are already shut down. There's 134 nationally that are November 1st grantees. If we were a grantee, let's say in April or June, we wouldn't be impacted by this at all.
That affects almost every Head Start program in the UP. Across Delta, Schoolcraft, and Menominee counties, the agency serves 226 families. 170 of them have 3 to 5-year-olds in the Head Start program, and 56 are enrolled in Early Head Start, which serves prenatal mothers and children up to age 3.
Families will be left without education for their children. That's the biggest thing. Therapies happen on site. They're going to have them in their homes or go somewhere else. We also provide nutritious meals, some of them up to 3 of them, and those meals won't be able to be provided to those families.
And for many, the impacts could be felt far beyond the classroom.
Unfortunately, over 100 staff will be furloughed if it doesn't open up soon. Some of them also have Head Start children. Some of these family members are maybe a single parent household. They may have to, in some cases, quit their jobs in order to stay home with their families while they're also losing SNAP benefits and that education.
The Community Action Agency will be self-funding for as long as possible and exploring ways to continue serving families. But if the shutdown continues, the agency will be forced to suspend all programs on November 14th.
It's really impacting people very deeply who don't really have a lot of backup systems when times are tough. We're kind of their safety net and have been for 60 years. And so because of a shutdown at this unfortunate time, it's very frustrating, obviously, for everybody who's involved with the programs anywhere throughout the UP.
Reporting in Escanaba, Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News.
A Michigan program that gives new mothers direct cash support is expanding, with major benefits already reaching families in the Upper Peninsula. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy explains how new state funding will help RX Kids grow statewide.
Michigan's RX Kids program is a public-private partnership that helps pregnant mothers. In this year's state budget, the program is getting a major boost with $270 million to expand into dozens of new communities.
Every pregnant mother received $1,500 in mid-pregnancy. And then once the baby was born, it's $500 a month. The program was super successful and super efficient and effective and very popular.
The program began in Flint in 2024 and has already reached 11 communities statewide, including 5 counties in the eastern UP. It's helped thousands of families with millions in direct cash support.
RX Kids is in 5 counties in the eastern UP. We are in Chippewa, Schoolcraft, Alger, Luce, and Mackinac. So we're already in 5 counties. But we hear every day from folks in the other part of the UP, like, when are you coming here?
The program is based on a financial assistance model that exists in 70% of countries worldwide. But the program is the first of its kind in the U.S. Its founder, Dr. Mona Hanna, says the impact goes far beyond financial relief, helping families breathe a little easier during a stressful time.
We hear a lot of stress relief, like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I can breathe, I can parent, I can go to my doctor's appointment. I don't have to choose between diapers and rent.
Dr. Hanna says this funding could bring the program to 7 more counties, but the goal is to eventually bring the assistance to every corner of the state. She says it will reach thousands more families and may serve as a model for the rest of the nation. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
The Northern Michigan University chapter of Turning Point USA held a rally this evening featuring Stephen Davis, an outspoken conservative who co-hosts Campus Crashers, a series of speaking events that tour college campuses across the country, advocating for a more conservative agenda. Davis changed his views during Donald Trump's first presidential campaign and now challenges what he calls mainstream narratives and encourages young Americans to think freely. Davis spoke to an auditorium of about 50 people from a range of age groups and political affiliations. His message was one of unity and respect while engaging in civil discourse with opponents.
We need to stop looking at the exterior and get to know each other for ourselves. Stop listening to the political pundits that are telling you to look this way and that way. Let's have the conversations ourselves. Let's get to know each other as neighbors, as human beings, and get back to the essence of that.
I think we're saying that we don't need to be divided as a people, but he's missing a key point. To be undivided, we must recognize the divisions that were put in place for centuries.
Davis also works with the Blexit Foundation, promoting empowerment and education within minority communities. Trucks from numerous power companies gathered in Marquette for a remarkable display of honor earlier today. Teams of workers from across the UP and Lower Michigan lifted American flags and road signs over North 3rd Street, paying their respects to Jack Rantanen, the 25-year-old lineman who was struck and killed by a vehicle while working last Monday. The tunnel made way for Rantanen's funeral procession this afternoon. 3rd Street remained open throughout the day, allowing the public to view these efforts of support, also serving as a strong reminder to always drive with proper caution. Kelly Rowland has your first warning weather forecast when we come back. Plus, Hurricane Melissa makes landfall in Jamaica. We'll have the latest on the damage when we come back.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
For the best pre-owned cars, come to John's Auto Market. If you mess up when I get it right, I swear. For the best pre-owned cars, the best service, and best detailing, come to John's Auto Marquette. I shouldn't have looked at her.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
Why would anybody do that?
If you're paying high interest rates on your credit cards, you're burning money. We're Consolidated Credit, and we've been helping Americans for over 30 years. Let us work with your creditors to reduce your total payments by up to 50%. Lower your high interest rate credit cards and stop juggling multiple payments. We help you pay down your debt faster than you can on your own, all while saving you thousands in interest charges. Consolidate your credit card bills into one affordable payment today. You don't have to be good with money, because we are. Call 800-244-9095 for a free consultation. 800-244-9095. Call Consolidated Credit today. That's 800-244-9095.
Every public school in Michigan is proud to be known for something. At the Michigan Lottery, we're proud to be known for something too. Education. 100% of our profits go to support Michigan public schools. Over $1 billion last year alone. Michigan Lottery, for fun, for schools.
I'm Sophia Murphy at the Capitol in Lansing, only on WZMQ 19 News.
For the best pre-owned cars, come to John's Auto Market. If you mess up when I get it right, I swear. For the best pre-owned cars, the best service, and best detailing, come to John's Auto Marquette. I shouldn't have looked at her.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. Before we get into our local weather, we want to give another update on Hurricane Melissa, continuing to move past Jamaica into the open waters just for a little bit of time before eventually making landfall kind of soon here, the southern portions of Cuba, likely into the overnight hours, maybe really early tomorrow morning. This is still major hurricane territory. Anything 3, 4, or 5, those would be considered a major hurricane once it hits as a 3. So there's still going to be catastrophic and life-threatening wind gusts, rainfall, and storm surge for a lot of the Caribbean areas. And Melissa already is in the record books. If we look at the top 5 of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes in recorded history, Melissa is now number 4 if we look at maximum winds and minimum central pressure. 185 miles per hour of the winds. Actually, when it made landfall 1 o'clock today, it actually strengthens just a little bit before it made landfall. So other hurricanes like Wilma, Dorian, this is right there with it. Already seen some loss of life too. We'll continue to update you, and our thoughts are with everyone affected by this catastrophic hurricane. Back here locally though, today 56 degrees. We were 10 degrees above the average, so a nice fall day and probably even warmer for some of us too. Down to the southern portions, probably saw slightly warmer for today. We'll continue to have nice and quiet and sunny conditions for tomorrow. Most of it, we really shouldn't have any issues in terms of rain, so it's a great day to get out, maybe get those last minute things for your Halloween costume, get some yard work done, anything like that. We're looking good. This is the future rain through Wednesday evening. Now Thursday morning, not seeing much here, maybe a stray drizzle up to Ontonagon or Houghton. So really staying dry, but unfortunately, once we get to Halloween, that's when we slightly increase the chances. We are tracking a little bit of a system pushing up for Halloween. So no doubt it's going to be breezy. Whether you see rain or not, there's still maybe about a 30 to 40% chance. So you might see the rain, but you'll definitely feel feel those increased winds. It'll be a bit breezy. Maybe incorporate some sort of windbreaker or just some extra layers into your Halloween costume. Lower 40s for the temperatures, though. Not too bad for Halloween in the Upper Peninsula. And don't forget, this weekend we get an hour back of sleep, daylight saving time. Remember, fall back, spring forward. Remember to test your smoke alarms. Always a nice time to remember that if you haven't done that in a while. The new sunrise time will be 7:33, at least for the first day of daylight saving time, and new sunset 5:32 p.m. So yeah, it might be a bit dark when you leave work, but that's okay. This is a changing of the seasons. Temperatures for tonight near freezing out to Ironwood, but otherwise we are into the upper 30s and still looking really nice for Halloween and the weekend as a whole. There might be a few stray raindrops, but we start to dry things out as we close off the weekend, and we'll have fairly mild and seasonal temperatures staying dry as we get into next week.
Kelly, thank you very much. It is a storm for the record books. No Atlantic hurricane stronger than Melissa has ever made landfall. The Cat 5 hurricane crash landed in Jamaica at midday today with maximum sustained winds of 185 miles an hour and gusts much higher than that. The extraordinarily strong winds and flooding knocked out power for much of the Caribbean island. Jason Allen reports from Portmore, Jamaica, with the latest conditions.
The slow-moving, devastating storm, roughly 400 miles wide, barreled into western Jamaica as a Category 5 hurricane. Melissa arrived with torrents of rain and wind gusts topping an astonishing 200 miles per hour.
Jesus have mercy.
West of us, the storm surge and flash flooding arrived with the eye wall. Hospitals are struggling with power outages as the hurricane creeps along at 8 miles per hour. We met Dawnette Pendergrast as she worked to secure the roof of her family's restaurant.
The roof is starting to lift in the wind.
So the motor strap.
Yeah.
So we're gonna strap it down.
So you're gonna strap that
right,
down.
We're gonna strap it right down.
Yeah, I can see that. It's lifting off the supports.
For the second time this week, Air Force Hurricane Hunter pilots turned back from inside the eye of Melissa due to the sheer force of the turbulence. Shortly after landfall, Jamaica's Prime Minister warned CBS News there would be widespread damage.
Whenever you have a Category 5 hurricane, there's scarcely any building or infrastructure that would escape without some form of damage.
Hurricane Melissa is now moving north as a Category 4 hurricane, threatening popular tourist destinations like Montego Bay.
As I'm talking to you guys, we're in the storm. The winds are crazy.
Yesterday, we talked with Marnie Stewart, a hairdresser from St. Louis.
It's just coming down.
She spent today locked down at her resort.
Honestly, we're trying to stay as calm as we possibly can, but it's a sad situation for all of us.
Melissa has been moving so slowly that this island's now about to go through a second sunset while dealing with the impacts of this storm. Travel was difficult during the day today. Down trees, flooded roads, down power lines. It's likely going to be until tomorrow morning before many crews can get out to assess the damage.
Mike has your look at sports. When we come back, he'll bring us the highlights from tonight's volleyball matchup between rivals NMU and Michigan Tech. We'll be right back.
This time of year, it's all or nothing. And your Toyota dealer has all you need to pull you through the rain, snow, and mud that's headed our way, including more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else. Like the adventurous Toyota RAV4. It's been America's best-selling SUV for the past 8 years. Now with 4.75 APR financing. Or lease a new 25 RAV4 from just $309 a month. Get all you need at your Toyota dealer now. Toyota, let's go places.
Yes, we're on thin ice. And everything is going up in smoke. Still, some are adding fuel to the fire. While the rest of us see the troubled waters rising. Our planet is under the weather. But when the going gets tough, The tough get, well, you know. Because in the heat of this moment, we're not about to lose our cool. Love it or lose it.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest games in all sports. Top 10 miracle finishes, top 10 comebacks, the 10 greatest women in sports. Want to see who's number one? Watch all the way to the end of the show. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's The Shortlist, counting down the top 10 of everything in sports. Only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Good evening, everyone. Northern Michigan University pulled out a 3-2 volleyball win over Michigan Tech back on October 9th. Tonight, the Huskies had their chance for revenge at NMU's Vanderbilt Arena. We'll start in the fourth set with the Wildcats ahead 2-1. Tech is in the near court, NMU in the far court. And Kingsford's Maddie Kreider to Calumet's Madeline Torla for one of her 9 kills. Huskies won the set 25-14. So let's go to number 5. The Huskies will have a couple chances, and that would not work out. And then for NMU, it will be Allie Barlow to Mackenzie Gruner, and that one goes down not too far from me. Wildcats take a 5-2 lead. Tech would storm right back, tied at 5. Julia Fletcher-John passes to Kingsford's Maddie Kreider, and boom, right here. That one's going cross court. NMU not able to retrieve that one. Brooke Zwick with the kill, I should say, and it's 6-5 Huskies. Teams switch sides in the 5th set. Next, Mackenzie Gruner, bang, that one's gone as well. Tech is ahead at the moment, 10-9, but not for long. Taylor Smaka to Allie Barlow. Amelia Gulak puts that one away. Wildcats up 11-10, timeout Huskies. Tech now serving for the match at 14-13. Liesl Hagen, Barlow, Madison York off the block and down, tied at 14. York had 13 kills. Next point for the Huskies, Fletcher-John to Kreider, over to Rachel Zurich, who puts that one away. Tech up 15-14. Zurich had 15 kills to lead the Huskies. Tied at 18, Tech serving. Remy Madison passes to Barlow, back to Mackenzie Gruner, and down it goes again. Her kill gave NMU a match point up 19-18. The next point was rather long. We'll start in the middle. Smaka, Barlow, Gruner puts it away again to end the match, 20-18. Wildcats 3-2. Gruner led everybody with 24 kills and a 408 hitting percentage. She was pleased she had a chance to end the 2-hour-plus marathon.
Gosh, the last point, I got blocked against Wayne, and I was like, I'm never swinging again. And I got set on the last point, and I'm like, I'm swinging at this one, got to go out aggressive, so I'm happy with that one.
Unfortunately, the 4th set's been our Achilles heel a lot lately. That's why we played so many 5th sets. But I think the thing that you got to be proud of is their perseverance, right? To get kind of throttled and then come back and play the way they did was just unbelievable.
The match featured 45 ties and 20 lead changes, 12 ties and 8 lead changes alone in the 5th set. Northern travels to Roosevelt in Illinois Friday, while Michigan Tech visits Wisconsin Parkside on Friday. High school volleyball action tonight. North Dickinson over Bark River 3-0. Calumet a 3-0 sweep over Hancock. Houghton 3, West Iron County 1. Iron Mountain needs all 5 to turn back Westwood 18-16 in the 5th. Ishpeming blanks Gwynn 3-0. Baraga does the same to Lance. Brimley a road victory at Manistee 3-1. Gladstone needs all 5 and comes from behind to beat Negaunee 3-2, 16-6 in the 5th. Carney-Nato 3-1 over North Central. Mid-Peninsula 3, Hannahville 0. Dollar Bay blanks Bessemer 3-0. It was Wakefield, Marinisco 3, Chassel 1, Newberry over Maplewood Baptist 3-0. Did not hear from Marquette and Escanaba. Can tell you that Lakeland and Humboldt defeated Ironwood. That should be a 2 in there, 3-2. The annual Miners Cup football game between Michigan Tech and Northern Michigan looked like it might be close. In a good part of the first half, it was until Michigan Tech found another gear in the second half. Michigan Tech scored on a 6-play, 79-yard drive. Quarterback Elliott Lerner dashed in from 9 yards to give the Huskies a 7-0 lead. The drive took just over 3.5 minutes. The Huskies are in the red zone again. This time the quarterback is Jack Hartlieb. A swing pass to Kingsford's Nick Knorr. Breaks a tackle inside the 5-yard line. I was screened by the side judge, so it's kind of hard to tell that Knorr fumbled the football. Northern recovered. However, the play was not challenged. Larmer had a short TD run a little bit later, 14-0 Tech. The Wildcats put together a 15-play drive that took more than 8.5 minutes. Menominee's Trevor Terkoff with a run to get inside the Huskies' 10-yard line, but 3 false starts penalties later, NMU kicked the field goal to make it 14-3 Tech. Less than 2 minutes remaining in the half. Tech goes for it on 4th and 1 from its 40-yard line. And hello, goodbye, good night. Elliott Lerner goes up the middle, no one around him, 60 yards. His third TD of the half, 21-3 Huskies at the break. Tech scored 5 touchdowns in the second half. Larner finds Jake Ruff here with a short pass. He would go 37 yards for another touchdown. Huskies won their 15th straight Miners Cup, 56-17. Tech coach Dan Metlack was pleased, knowing his team played well and had very good practices before the game.
All year we talk about it being about this team. Obviously, once you get the scoreboard in your favor and the game's over, you can talk about the streak and what it means to everybody that came before us, but this rivalry is a priority in our program. Our guys know what the history is, what it's about, don't take it for granted, and I thought their way they approached it mentally today obviously shows what it means to us.
Larner was named GLIAC Offensive Player of the Week for his 4 rushing touchdowns and 1 touchdown pass. Nick Knorr ended up in the end zone after the punt bounced off a teammate's head. He went 60 yards for the score. Tech hosts Roosevelt Saturday, kickoff at noon at Curley Stadium. NMU visits top-ranked Ferris State on Saturday. A few GLIAC awards to mention for this week. On the men's soccer side, Luca Rosen was your Offensive Player of the Week. He had a couple of goals on Sunday. Kalina Siglinski of the NMU women's swimming and diving team won the 1-meter and 3-meter events twice in 2 different meets. In preseason basketball for the GLIAC women, Escanaba native Nicole Kameen of Grand Valley State is the preseason player of the year. J.C. Weisbrod of NMU is on the preseason first team, and Michigan Tech's Kendall Stanfest is on the second team. Hey, the Red Wings are in action tonight down in the state of Missouri, taking on the St. Louis Blues first period. Some good forechecking. The puck's going to end up on the stick of Ben Sherratt, coming up right here, and Charouche, and that one is good, his first of the year, and that tied the game at 1. Still in the first, time running out in the period. On the power play, Alex DeBrincat will deflect that one in from Mo Sider. That gave the Red Wings a 2-1 lead. In the second period, Dylan Larkin will get a goal from Simon Edvinson and Lucas Raymond to make it 3-1. Red Wings go on to win this one 5-2. Toronto has defeated the Dodgers 6-2 in Game 4 of the World Series. So that is now tied at 2 games apiece, and we'll be right back.
Now through October at Fox Marquette Ford. Lease a 2025 Ford Explorer active 4-wheel drive for $499 a month for 36 months with $1,000 due at signing. Fox Marquette Ford. Experience the difference.
Here's your WZMQ CBS This Is Home Community Calendar.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest games in all sports. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's The Shortlist, only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
I'm Sophia Murphy at the Capitol in Lansing, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Fox Marquette Ford is bringing you great deals every month all year long. Now through October at Fox Marquette Ford. Lease a 2025 Ford Bronco Big Bend 4-wheel drive for $489 a month for 36 months with $0 due at signing. Fox Marquette Ford. Experience the difference.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
The Window Store Home Improvement Center is your clear choice for quality products and expert installation. We have a thorough and seamless process, start to finish. From the moment you meet our friendly staff, you'll be amazed by their attention to detail. Our team of experienced professionals take pride in their work, and with our 2-year warranty on all installations, you'll have peace of mind knowing your investment is protected. Plus, we service the entire Upper Peninsula. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
And a final look of your forecast. How are we looking for Halloween? How are we looking for tonight? Tonight will be very quiet, a mix of clouds out here, not seeing much rain, not seeing any rain at all for tonight, but temperatures get close to that freezing mark, especially for the western half of the Upper Peninsula. This is the chance of frost in the next few hours into the overnight, so if you're headed out really early tomorrow morning, just keep that in mind, especially if you are out to the Ironwood area or Iron River area. Still looking at lots of sunshine for tomorrow. Maybe a bit cloudy to start, but we'll see a few rays at least some point in the day. Temperatures into the lower 50s. That's slightly above average. We should be in the mid 40s, so it's going to be a really nice fall day. Make sure to get outside and enjoy, especially because it's going to be rain free. The next time we'll see some rain, possibly. I know still things could change, but Halloween we might have a few showers here. It will definitely be breezy, some leftover showers for the first half of the weekend. We'll start to dry things out as you get an extra hour of sleep back on your Sunday, and temperatures remain into the upper 50s for the start of this upcoming week.
Kelly, thank you again. And finally tonight, this Wednesday, tens of millions of Americans have a special day to cuddle with their favorite feline. Wednesday marks National Cat Day. Thank you, Mike. It's a perfect time to recognize these lovable animals. Cats are known for their independent streak, but will often snuggle in your lap. About 49 million U.S. households own a cat, and ownership is trending up. The American Pet Products Association says the 49 million is 9 million more than only 2 years ago. But there are millions more cats that live in shelters. Organizers of National Cat Day hope people who currently are not pet owners will be inspired to consider adopting a cat to help ease the shelter burden. Mike, I think you should end the show with whatever you do. That's it for now, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
It's the Kirkish Furniture Spooky Savings Sale with scary good deals on appliances and more. Get up to 40% off Amish dining room sets. This Encore Effortless Soft Queen mattress just $5.99. Whirlpool top load washer $5.49. Going on now in Houghton.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks. At 1 year,